Welcome back to Inspire Talks. Listen closely, because this story might change your mood, your mindset, maybe even your path. Title: Soul That Tried One More Time. Some stories begin with fireworks. Some begin with laughter. But some begin quietly, like a slow breeze touching a tired soul. Ethan's story belonged to the last category. It wasn't loud. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't extraordinary on the outside. But inside, it held the power to teach anyone who heard it the true meaning of trying again. Even when the world whispers, "Stop." This is the story of a soul that almost gave up, and the universe that gently whispered, "Not yet." At first glance, Ethan looked like anyone else. A 28-year-old man working in a mid-level job, living in a small rented apartment in London, and trying to figure out adulthood like everyone around him. But no one knew the weight he carried. No one knew about the dreams he once held so tightly. The dreams he watched crumble one by one, like pages torn out of an unfinished book. As a child, Ethan wanted to be a filmmaker. He would steal his father's old camcorder, record the sky, the trees, the city lights, and whisper, "One day, the world will watch what I create." But dreams are fragile. Life rarely protects them. His father died when Ethan was 15. Suddenly the world went from color to gray. His mother worked 2 jobs. Ethan worked part-time after school. He grew up before he was ready. Slowly, dreams were replaced with responsibilities. Movies were replaced with bills. Creativity was replaced with survival. And year by year, his heart learned how to stay silent. Pain doesn't always arrive like a storm. Sometimes, it arrives like slow rain, drop by drop, moment by moment, until one day, you're drowning. For Ethan, the breaking point wasn't a tragedy. It wasn't a dramatic moment. It was a Monday morning. He woke up before his alarm, stared at the ceiling, and felt absolutely nothing. Not hope, not excitement, not even sadness, just emptiness. He dragged himself through the day, sitting at his desk, answering emails, listening to the office chatter. On the outside, he looked calm. Inside, he was collapsing. That night, he went home, sat on the floor, and whispered to himself, "I'm tired." He wasn't tired of life. He was tired of fighting life alone. Tired of being strong. Tired of waiting for something good to happen. He felt forgotten. By God. By life. By hope. He went to bed early, not because he was sleepy, but because reality was heavier than dreams. Some people wait for miracles, but miracles don't always come as explosions. Sometimes, they come as tiny whispers. That week, the first whisper arrived at a bus stop. Ethan was scrolling through his phone, trying to escape his thoughts, when he noticed a little girl standing beside her mother. She was coloring something in a small notebook. Her mother gently said, "Sweetheart, the sun isn't blue." The girl smiled and replied, "Maybe not for you, but today, my son wants to be blue." Ethan blinked. Those words hit him harder than he could explain. Today, my son wants to be blue. A child understood something that adults forget. You can choose your colors, even on days that feel dull. He went to work that day with a thought he hadn't felt in months. Maybe life wasn't against him. Maybe he had stopped painting. A few days later, Ethan sat in a small cafe near his apartment. He wasn't there for coffee. He was there because he didn't want to go home and face his silence. A stranger sat beside him, an old man, perhaps in his 70s. He smiled kindly and asked, "Are you waiting for someone, son?" Ethan shook his head. The old man continued sipping his tea, then said something completely unexpected. "I spent 40 years waiting for life to become easier. Then one day I learned, life doesn't get easier. We get stronger." Ethan froze. It felt like the universe lifted one finger and touched his heart. The old man wasn't trying to inspire anyone. He wasn't giving a lecture. He was simply speaking his truth. But sometimes, the truth we need comes from people we don't know. Ethan went home and repeated the words again and again. Life doesn't get easier. We get stronger. For the first time in months, he felt a shift inside him. A tiny shift, but real. But the real turning point came on a Sunday night. Ethan sat at his desk, scrolling through old files on his laptop. He found clips he filmed as a teenager. Sunsets, streetlights, ocean waves. He didn't remember editing them. He barely remembered recording them. But watching them felt like looking directly at the younger version of himself. The boy who believed he could change the world. He felt tears sting his eyes. He whispered, "Where did you go? Why did you leave?" And in that moment, his phone buzzed. It was a message from Mia, an old school friend he hadn't spoken to in years. Her message said, "Hey, random thought, but you always had an artist's heart. Are you still creating?" Ethan's breath caught. He typed slowly, "I'm not good anymore." She replied instantly, "You don't have to be good. You just have to begin." That was it. That was the sentence that shook his soul. You just have to begin. That night, Ethan didn't sleep. Not because of stress, but because something awakened. A spark, soft and small, but alive. He opened his camera, recorded the streetlights from his window, recorded the rain hitting the pavement, recorded the quiet of the night. He edited them into a 40-second video. No music, no story, just emotion. For the first time in years, he created something, and it felt like breathing for the first time. After being underwater too long, he didn't share it with anyone. He didn't post it online. He just watched it again and again, feeling a part of himself return. Over the next month, Ethan didn't transform magically. He didn't quit his job and chase his dreams. He didn't become famous or successful, but he changed slowly, quietly. He woke up earlier, took evening walks, filmed tiny moments, birds flying, people laughing, the sky changing colors. He wasn't chasing success anymore. He was chasing himself. He realized something important. Healing isn't a straight road. It's a messy, slow journey, filled with tiny victories. One evening, he stood on a bridge overlooking the river. The city lights reflected on the water like shattered stars. He whispered, "Thank you for not giving up that night, because if he had, he would have never discovered the beauty still waiting for him." One morning, Ethan uploaded one of his short videos anonymously. Just a simple montage of the city with soft music. Within a week, it reached 120,000 views. People commented, "This video feels like a hug. This made my day. Whoever made this, thank you." Ethan's hands trembled. He didn't expect this. His art touched people, the same way strangers had touched him when he was breaking. The world gives back what you send into it. And Ethan had finally sent something from his heart. Months passed. Ethan wasn't a lost soul anymore. He wasn't a broken man. He wasn't a failure. He was a survivor, a creator, a man who looked into darkness and chose to walk anyway. He learned that life doesn't reward perfection. It rewards effort. It rewards that one small decision. To try again, even when trying feels impossible. And one night, sitting by his window, watching snow fall gently outside, he whispered, "I'm proud of you," not to someone else, to himself, because he tried. One more time. And that made all the difference. Glowing star moral of the story: Glowing Star. Sometimes the only difference between a life that stays stuck and a life that transforms is one tiny choice. The choice to try again. No matter how tired your soul becomes, no matter how heavy the days feel, no matter how much you think you've failed, you are always one step away from a completely different life. Try again, one more time. just once more. Your future